On air. We're live. There it is. Okay. Hello, everybody. We just wanted to kind of make ourselves available and come out and share our joy a little bit, and we feel very thankful for just how things have unfolded for us, and we feel the blessings and have great gratitude. So we just will come out and share a little bit and have Laura play. And we're happy for all our friends and who've joined us today. And you might see me doing a little tucky stuff. I might come over here and check something out if you see me moving around. But Laura, you have something? I'm going to check something while I'm doing it.
Yeah. I think the idea started last week. And we've been in this time since we made it to Utah in January of just being householders and attending to putting a house together after traveling around with everything we owned in a van and doing gatherings. And so we spent time putting together. It felt very guided to come here and to set a home base together. That's what we call it. And then it's also been a period of deep healing and deep silent retreat time, and weekends just feel eternal. We both work, we both go to jobs. In fact, we both are now working for the same company. I'm at miracle that it happened that way. So we sit like this here, and then we go to work, and
we sit about like this.
Sit like this.
Like not that far. You don't get too far.
And we feel like the red carpet was just rolled out and everything was given. And apartments, when we had no track record for a long time of having lived anywhere and didn't have a very stable job history and had maybe a credit history here and there, and everything was just given. There was nothing that was needed that was not delivered, including a couch at one point. We actually said, we need a couch, and out that day.
Driving down the road, and I never pick up anything on the side of the road. I just had this thing, but now I don't. I totally get the Spirit trying to give me something, and but there it was. It was like the sun was starting to set, and it was this crushed golden couch, and it was lit by the golden sun, and it just was like, oh, and we were like, that's our couch.
And it even had a sign on it that said, "Have fun, kids."
Yeah.
So it was like it was meant for us. So everything has been given, and then we've had these times of deep healing and deep retreat time, and then when there's an emerging from that, and that feels like it's come to some, completion of some kind, then there's this impulse, there's this thing that moves through that needs to extend. And so that's what was happening last week, is like, oh, I need to extend, I need to do something, I need to share. So the Course in Miracles teaches that you will teach what you want to keep for yourself. So it feels like it's a way to join with others and spread the gifts that we've been given, and also just solidify for all of us in this deeper joy and this deeper state of a clear mind and that presence. And that's why we called it Join Us in the Presence, is that it is very quiet. It's a quiet joy. And so do you feel like a prayer or a reading?
Yeah, how about a reading, which is like a prayer, because we really kind of tune into, we really follow our prompts, and we love how it kind of like leapfrogs. One thing leads to the next, and there was a feeling like you were really being inspired by a body of work called Letters of the Scattered Brotherhood, and which was a book that Helen Schopen had read at one point before she scribed the Course, and so you felt there was something in there, and we just kind of would go with that. And also just want to let people know this is our first time, so we're kind of learning the ropes, filling things out a little bit. And there's a little area over there that says people can ask questions, so we can see. It says, ask your audience to submit questions and they will appear below. So if you have that capacity and see it and you feel guided and want to ask us something, please do so. Well,
We're going to assume everyone can hear and
yeah.
see. But if you can't, do that thing.
Do that thing. Okay, and this is an Android device, so I'm learning Android a little bit more. Let me take the glasses off for that. This is a section called A Personal Christ. He is here. Here he is. I cannot say here he stands, for that would be placing him materially. The nearest way to his nearness is through a refined essence of spirit. If you could distill thought, you would get near the refinement. As thought is to emotion, so this quality of perception and feeling is to thought. That is why it is impossible for human thought to conceive it. He is here, eternally here, your friend and Savior, and that is why meditation, the laying aside of human thought, which is a heavy is so essential. You know, you have had glimpses into this world of spirit when you have sat on a mountain or by the sea and been awed into a stillness beyond your ordinary stillness by a sunset or a universe of stars. That silence beyond silence is the silence he presses through, and the flaming powers, the inspirations, the immortalities. This is the presence, the pure presence. Here is where it is all accomplished, for this is he eternally here. The love of Jesus Christ here is personally in so far as it broods over you, through you, in this region unreachable, untouchable, except through the refinement that takes place in your silences. It may be that you can touch it for only a very short moment, yet that is enough to live on forevermore. Therefore, your God is personal to you inasmuch as you have reached through feeling, past thought, into infinite inducing silence. He is here. It is peace to you, health to your body, to your mind and heart. You will be sweetened when you quiet emotion, quiet thought, and are still, to meet your heavenly comforter. So close your eyes, put away all thought, and lie deep in the silent reaches where you will be restored, reborn, and made new. Here he is. Yeah, feel the presence. So you feel like go ahead and start with the song?
Does that feel good?
Yeah, it
I was
does.
just feeling the deepness of that passage for me, and music was always a way, even when I was a little girl, that I could get into that stillness. And I had a kind of tumultuous childhood and a lot of emotion, and there was something about just playing a note, a beautiful note, and maybe putting two together that would just draw me into that space. And I never knew what it was. I never had a concept that it was anything, but I knew that it brought me comfort, and so I did it all my life, starting when I was about 5 or 6. And now music continues to be important, and these songs that have started to come through in the last few years feel like an even deeper expression of that presence, and that it's really almost the silence that you can feel, or I can feel anyway, that's underneath the music. So I like music, and because as many have said, it's an easy gateway for us to enter into that feeling place of silence where the Christ is present in all of us. It bypasses our thinking mind, it bypasses our ego. And so, so this is one of the earliest songs that came to me. This was probably about 6 years ago. I say they came because they don't feel like I wrote them. They feel like they come knocking, and they write themselves. you give everything to me. Where I feared you'd ask for sacrifice. Only riches do I see. When I give my trust to you, you give my life to me. Where I thought that I could fail you, you show me I can fly. Hide and seek, but do not find. I've played for far too long. Whoop. There we go. I was lost, but now I'm found. Your sweet, amazing grace pours through the song. When I take down the walls, your light comes streaming in. Where I feared that I would reject me, you pour me holy wine instead. How could I try to hide from you? It's a mystery to me. Now I know your smile's my own when I'm flowing naturally. And when I knock on your door, you invite me in. When I take your outstretched hand, I know not where I end and you begin. Sweet, amazing grace. Sweet, amazing grace.
That's sweet.
For everyone who's here, it's great to join.
Yeah, we feel it.
Can feel
Your
it.
presence.
Yeah, it's very lovely.
I feel my brother's out there listening, and want to thank him for joining tonight. He's been like,
Yeah.
on all my years of travels, he's treated me like a king whenever I've come through, and there's been a lot of like travels to just undo the self-concepts and understand a little bit more of, you know, the nature of my truth and my being. And I was compelled to do this journey and shed myself of possessions and wander, and whenever I kind of blew through town, I was always received well and always given a nice sandwich and a cup of tea. So we have always had a great thankfulness for him.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of stepping stones.
A classic.
Yeah.
Laura classic.
The Laura classic. Well, I think it's a classic if it is one, because we all relate to it. That as we take our steps, it can feel very threatening and scary to the ego that always says, but what if? And there's all these arguments that it comes up with. And if we just hold on to that mustard seed of faith, as the Bible says, everything is given, and we don't need to know everything that's going to happen. We don't need to know anything other than what's the next step. And just saying yes and staying in that yes and taking the step in front of me has been all I can say I've ever done. And this song came to me, and it's sort of that expression of whenever I felt I was asked to do something big and make major changes in my life. In answer to the how or the what if question, which is always fear out of the ego that wants to project a fearful future. I was never given the big plan, but I was always given the stepping stone. So I was given the step to take next, the step to take next, the step to take next. So this is a song about stepping stones.
That's good. Wow, it always gets me to the core when I hear that one. It's coming, like, feel like coming from such a deep place. I was laughing because a little bit because I was thinking, like, I was trying to sing her songs because they're in my, like, they take possession of me. They're in my head, and I start singing them. But I'm not prone to sing very well, and but I was in the military for 10 years, and so I've done cadences. So when I sing, it sounds like a cadence. So she was laughing because I'm like, "You reveal yourself to me. I'm as happy as a bee." She's like, "Yeah, right." If you're in the military doing cadences, that'd be all right. So,
I suddenly feel like marching.
So I let you do the singing. But I got the Army March part, if that ever comes up.
If we ever need to march anywhere.
Yep. Now, we mentioned earlier people could put a little question up there and we can see them, but my brother sent me one. So he wanted to hear more about one. He said 2 emails, like, don't get me start crying. I tried getting crying because it's real. It's right here, man. But he asked about, he wanted to hear more about the golden couch, and I thought, well, actually, it hasn't stopped because, like, again today we were sitting there, like, we have a blessing of Laura's son Paul's coming, and we get to steward being with Paul for a while, and so there's been a lot of joy getting his room ready, and we had this thought of a dresser coming in. We're like, well, we looked, are we to buy it? We gone through a store, nothing came in, and we're like, okay, like, Spirit, we're just open to how it ever comes in, and we'll follow those prompts. Trust, listen, follow. Trust, listen, follow. And even with today when I was sitting here, I didn't have my glasses on, but I saw this blur walk out through the parking lot, and I'm like, what's that? Throw my glasses on. This guy's carrying, looks like drawers, towards the trash area out there, and he drops it. I'm like, oh my God! So I ran out, took out the trash. I'm being very efficient. Took out the trash at the same time, and there I was. He was throwing out a perfectly good dresser, and we were just like, yes. And I came in here, and they found out I wanted it, and they helped bring everything up here. It was like a big parade of people to get the dresser. Now we have a dresser. It's not golden, but it's a lovely pure white, like a pearly white gate look.
But what's so amazing? I mean, we experience it, and we should be used to it. But it is what's meant by A Course in Miracles, by the word miracle, is that over these last few days we have been just healing so much in our mind, and so we've known Paul was coming for a few weeks, and there was always, is there a feeling to do something now? And I'd say, no, I don't feel it. No, I don't feel it. And today we were just really getting, like, every single thing that happens is really just an opportunity to be with Christ in the mind and to make a new decision. So it's like not really about anything except for that one thing over and over and over. The Course says, there's only one problem, so let me see my problems as they are, then changes to let me see that all my problems are one and that they've all been solved. So my only problem I ever have is this idea I'm separate from this presence, from this Christ. And so we had just, like, gotten through something that we were, chewing on together. Like, there seemed to be some friction, and then there was this release, and then literally the bunk bed that I listed last week that I got no responses to, just about, it was sold, it was picked up. We had a new dresser in the closet.
A new nightstand.
A new nightstand that we didn't even think about needing for his lamp. And we were off to take the money that we got to go get the one thing we knew he wanted, which was a bookshelf, which we now have for him, bricks and boards.
Looks like this.
Like this. He
He
thought
wants
this
one
was
like
really
this.
cool. And it all happened within like an hour of this, after all these things had been released and let go of. And it's like, it's not a problem that the problems happen. That's what we were talking about. The problems are actually the opportunity. It's not really what we do, it's what decision or how we respond to things. And so we're being asked to practice this in every moment, that our true desire is forgiveness, and to see I'm never upset for the reason I think. I'm never upset at him. It's an excuse for me to justify my upsetness if he seems to do something. So anyway, it was just so, and we could just see it, because it was like, you can't make this stuff up. It just go,
Yeah.
which is how we got here. You know, we did all this healing in December, and we're so willing to do whatever. Live under a bridge because the money's almost gone. You know, what is it going to be? And then as soon as we made some pop, the red carpet just came rolling out.
So it's not really in the receiving of an object like the golden couch. It's the joy of you know, being in prayer and listening to follow what is the Spirit unfolding in our lives. And there's always a flow and an efficiency with that, you know. And the gold couch is just kind of an effect of that.
It's the effect of the miracle that happens in the mind. And it really comes down for me is what I want to be true. Do I want my son, my brother, to be sinless? Do I want myself to be sinless? Do I want to answer that call for love? And it's like, now I can see that sometimes there's this thought that maybe I don't. I want to be right. So I'm getting better. I know that I want to be happy. So things get quicker.
The speed up. It's like when it's that feeling when the rocket is going through a lot of resistance and friction trying to get out of the atmosphere, the pull of the gravity, and it finally breaks free, and it's free to glide. And it just feels like we've jettisoned these rockets, and we've broken free of an atmosphere and gliding. So.
Yeah.
You have another song for us?
Well, this song is about that, seeing that whatever is happening is a projection of my mind, and choosing heaven's peace.
What's it called?
Heaven's peace.
Heaven's peace.
You I watch desert me. You are myself. And you I took as lover. And you I made my savior. You are myself. Just like Christmas morning, I felt your gifts outside my door. You are myself. I'm tasting freedom. Let's all get drunk on it. There's a glass for all of us. If I sober up, oh, outside my door, you are myself. I'm tasting freedom. Well, let's all get drunk on it. And there's a glass for all of us, and they're never empty. And if I sober up, oh, will you please remind me of the quiet answer, one that's always here. And I am asking, and I'm so ready for heaven's peace. It's a nice way to end a week.
It is. I like this. This is having a lot of fun.
Just remembering as we go into the next one to bring it with us.
I thought I'd read a little something here. Yeah, I've been a ferocious reader through the years. I remember there was a time when I never even stepped into a bookstore, and then my first experience of going, I kind of felt led into this place called Thunderbird Bookstore in Carmel Valley, California, which I don't think is there anymore. I think it would just materialize long enough for me to get in there, and then it went away. But I remember going in there and just being enthralled with the books. I walked around touching them and looking at them, and so books have been, the readings and the connections I've gotten through them. It's been very powerful. So there's been so many these the presence that's come through in these different forms, and one is like Joel Goldsmith, who wrote The Infinite Waste materials, and he always had that feeling of being like a grandfather wisdom figure, like a loving grandfather that would sit with you and share great, wonderful things. And so this is a little something that he wrote that I enjoyed, and it's basically a prayer, and I'll just write that and or speak it, and it's just kind of entering into the spirit of the thing, not just seeing it as something. If you're talking about faith or truth or love, it's not seen as an object out there to be obtained, but operating from that space that you are love, and it's not an object. So I just say enter into the spirit of this. Know this, Father, that thou art closer to me than breathing, in the very midst of me, and because thou art the infinite intelligence of this universe, thou knowest my needs even before I do, even before I can possibly ask. It is thy good pleasure to give me the kingdom. It is thy good pleasure to go before me to make the crooked places straight. It is thy good pleasure to be my constant companion. It is thy good pleasure to be my bread, my meat, my wine. Thou art my bread, my meat, my wine. Thou art my life eternal. Thou art my resurrection. Thou, Father, in the midst of me is my infinite supply, my eternal life. And only from the divine fountain in the midst of me will I look for my good to flow. Die daily to the belief that someone external to you owes you something, that someone external to you must provide for you, that you are dependent on a person, a place, a thing, a group, an employment, an income, that you are in any way dependent except upon the infinite self which is your being. Determine this, that I shall live by the grace of God, not by external things or persons. Thy grace of God, the grace of God, is my sufficiency. In the presence of God is my fullness of life. Now is my life spiritually governed, spiritually guided, spiritually fed, and spiritually lived.
Yeah. You see my light on my phone, which just makes me want to just make sure nobody is trying to send a question.
Okay.
So I'll just check real quick. I don't always know what the light means, so I check a couple places, but all's well. So.
It's like a command center here. We're just getting all kinds of little things going here to receive the messages of the questions.
Oh, there's that drop D again.
Drop D. I bet you Jerry knew that when he was those things.
He's like, oh, she's got a drop D.
Where's her drop D? I'm always amazed when people can tune their ear by ear like that. That's like, wow.
If you do it for 45 years. It's really
Is
good
that
to
right?
do.
You've been doing it for 40? Wait a minute, you've been playing for 45?
Since I was about 5, so I'm almost 50.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
After a while, you...
Okay, what was your first guitar? Did you?
Well, I had one that was left at my grandma's house. It was very old and had terrible action, if you know what that is. And
It's like an
it's
inside
like
thing. For
the strings are this far from the neck, and
Mm.
they're all brittle and old strings,
You never replaced the strings?
Well, I didn't know how to do any of that.
Oh, you're 5, right?
Yeah, so,
Okay.
but I played that
All right.
because it was there.
Okay, what was your first song? Do you remember?
I'm Just a Normal Girl was the first song I ever wrote.
Can
I
you
think
play
I was
that?
fourth grade. No.
You get 4th grade. I'm just a normal girl. Okay. All the way to now what we're going to hear? What is this?
I Will Follow You.
I Will Follow You.
I will me. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I will follow you. It's the only aim behind what I seem to do. Certain that your way leads me home. Yeah, anything in your mind coming?
I just feel the presence and
Anything-
it's just kind of settled in
Any
there.
questions or
I haven't had any
requests?
questions. Yeah. Can you?
Can't do Stairway to Heaven?
No, can't do any covers. How about? I was curious. Like I hadn't thought about like just even a classical piece because there's such a presence
Oh, I
to.
need my music in front of me.
Oh, I've seen you do that with that.
I know, but I sort of fake it.
Or fake it. Can you fake it? No.
No, I'd forget if I was trying to remember. I don't feel it.
Okay. No, there's that feeling thing. I don't feel it.
Let me do this one for.
Who's it for?
This is for those times when we are in that healing cycle and maybe there's darkness in our minds or showing up. And it's the remembering of Christ, that we're always being accompanied through whatever it is that we're walking through. And that is the journey, walking through the projections and
What's the healing cycle? You said the healing
the
cycle?
healing cycle. Well, what it feels like to me is we go through this cycle of the darkness coming up, and we turn it over, we forgive, we look at it with non-judging eyes of Christ, and we choose again. We choose our happiness and our peace, and
So the purpose is to see
Sinlessness.
the nothingness of the
yeah.
image.
And maybe we can't do that right away, but we at least know that that's what we want. So that's part of the cycle, is getting to see that I'm getting what I do not want, and there must be a better way. And so during those times, it can be very confusing and very. That's when all the emotion can come up and all the seeming attack images can come at us. So this song is about. It was written, I think it came to me to remind me of what's really going on here is something really beautiful. It's an auspicious event, and I'm with you. Are you with me? And we will make this turn in our mind together, and we will make it. And there's been there's a line that says, there's been no mistake. We're here to claim your holy mind. So it's not a mistake even that these things are coming up when our purpose is to forgive. That actually forgiveness is going to raise this stuff to our awareness so that it can be let go of, because we've been repressing it for eons. So it must come up to the light to be seen and seen for what it is, which is nothing. So in place where it's coming up, that's the time to have faith, and that's what the song is.
Rest your heart in mine. We will make this turn just fine. Are you with me? Know that I never left beyond the dark and looking glass is my promise to you kept. I know those voices want to tell you how it is. Soon you're down under like a tidal wave is here. Now's the time to remember that you're mine. There's been no mistake, we're here to claim your holy mind and let it shine. Know that I never left beyond the dark and looking glass is my promise to you kept. Made up images, they tell you how to feel. You'll feed them with belief and forget that they're not real. Now's the time to remember that you're mine. There's been no mistake, we're here to claim your holy mind and let it shine.
Thank you, that's awesome.
At least we needed to hear that translated.
Yeah, that was beautiful. There was a question that came in, it's from Alexandre. What is your moment to compose? So we've got about 6 minutes left on the broadcast, but it feels good to find out, like, what are your inspirations, and how does that work for you when the songs come?
It just feels like something starts to download. Like there starts to be this feeling here, and I don't get to decide. Like I wish I could, because I'd like to write more. Well, I have this idea that I would, but then I think, oh, I have as many as I need. But it doesn't feel like it's under my conscious will. I can't just say I'm going to sit down and write a song. But it does seem to come out of a deep place. And what I've noticed is when I go through some kind of a deep period, often a song will kind of come at the end of that. So it feels like it's a part of the mind that's it's like a postcard, I call it, like a postcard from the light. And it's like just, it tunes me to write it and to sing it over and over and over. It's like a tuning rod. And for many years I only played for myself, and then about 3 years ago I was invited as part of a big awakening that I was having, and I had to work through a lot of fear, and then to be able to share it with others. It's turned out that it can resonate with other people too, so it feels like it's part of this healing mind that can reach us all, and I don't always know what they mean until I've sung them for a long time, and then they start to kind of reveal themselves to me. So does that sound
I love
like an
it.
answer?
It does. It's a great answer. Yeah. Goes with the theme.
Yeah. A Course in Miracles has been my path for as long as I have had a path. When I was 16, my grandma had it, and so my songs are always about that. That's whatever's going on. I'm a mother, and I've been in the corporate world and been a wife and done all of that, but still this was always the center of my world. And for a long time it was just the inner world, and now it's becoming more expressed, and this is kind of part of that the inner and the outer do need to, there's this seeming division, and that's got to also go, the inner and the outer. And so it feels like this kind of an intimate expression is part of that, or it doesn't have to be just with me and my cats and my plants anymore, which is how it used to be. So.
Well, we've got 3 minutes left in the broadcast, so I thought we could say thank you to you. And then maybe you could play us out to the end, to the stop of the broadcast. So we just want to thank everybody for coming out and listening, and it's really a joy. We can feel your presence, and we can feel the presence.
Thank you for sending a question or two, because that's lovely, and so
it's really fun to connect this way, and hopefully if they get a good response, we might do more. We might just do them anyway. We don't need viewers.
I feel that we do it for everyone, even when no one's seemingly here. And that's what I heard when we were doing it. I was like, well, what if nobody came? And the feeling was, everyone's here.
Yeah.
That I'm really talking to myself, and everyone's already here.
Yeah, there is no space and time or distance or separation.
It's an illusion.
There's an illusion that there's a space between us.
These images called people, but really we all share that one heart, and we're all here.
Well, that's a lovely way to send it out. Okay, so last couple minutes, if you want to play out, and I'll just stop the broadcast at the end. So thank you for sharing your music with us today too. Laura Schopen.
Oh, brother.
I know. I'm practicing my on-air stuff here.
notes you So let them be all I need. Let me sing for you, to sing your song, my whole life long.